Yo, what's going on, everyone? You know what time it is. We are back with another Church Nerds episode, man. I got the crew on with me, man. I got Pastor B, Gabe, Jordan, Darrell Walls, Norman Heath, Brandon is out doing missionary work down in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. And then we keeping our brother Andre in prayer. What'd you say?
Espanol.
But we're keeping our brother Andre in prayer and the loss of a family member. So keep him in prayer with us on tonight, man. But listen, we got a fun one tonight, fellas. We got ourselves a good one. If you haven't noticed, Norm is the honest PK. You changed his headline again.
Most honest PK.
Most honest.
Just let me talk to the Church Nerd congregation real quick. Let me talk to
Go ahead,
Pastor B. Let the pastor speak.
As the only member of the PK Board of Examiners here on the call tonight, I want y'all to know Norman has not submitted his paperwork.
He paid his dues
in the role. He ain't paid his dues. He ain't in the club.
Okay, you know what? How about this? Favor ain't fair. How about that? How about that? Okay, don't be mad at me just because I became a PK later in life. Okay, that's how life happens. When the call comes to the parent of the PK, you can't help when the Lord stretches his hand and then blesses your life.
Darrell, do not get your organ set ready and play behind him. You saw he had the preacher voice in it, bro.
Yeah, I heard it. that Noel Jones ass.
that long.
I was waiting for the proclivities of the nature and essence of his PKism to come out.
PKism.
Hey man, we appreciate everyone being on. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and to all of our platforms. We are on Apple, Google. No, Google's not doing podcast anymore, right, Norm?
Yeah, man, they phasing it out, man.
They phasing out. So Spotify, Apple, and iHeartRadio podcast, man. Wherever you get your streaming services, Facebook and YouTube. Because if you can't watch the Church Nerds, you can listen to the Church Nerds. Be a part of the Church Nerd congregation.
Can we put up this comment from the actual PKs in the chat?
Absolutely. We got one already. Sister Jackie.
Okay, no. She doesn't get a comment because she don't want to come on the show. She wants
to comment. I want to hear.
Okay, let's be clear about
I don't want to see a comment from Jackie unless tonight.
I come with my sister like that, man. I've been trying to get her on the show for a long time.
Even I'm saying, I'm like, she always on here anyway, so she might as well just jump on. Just hop on for a quick couple minutes.
She on the plane right now, y'all.
That's right. You know, she's a traveling evangelist, is it?
Yeah, she's the most critical evangelist.
She's going from state to state, trying to teach people how to be critical.
Listen, but anyway, Jack, we are trying to get you on the show. We love you, but you definitely need to come on the show because she's always texting me saying like, "Hey, that was a good show. Maybe I should talk about this." Well, how about you come on since you always giving suggestions? But if you do,
I would love to have a female a part of the Church Nerd.
I agree.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome.
You know, we should hold auditions for a female church nerd. We should do that.
Female church nerd.
One spot though, because that'll be too.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Hey, we need one women's on here. Just one women.
One women.
Oh, this is funny.
Oh man. But listen, man, we love everyone. I'm glad that everyone is joining us. Make sure you please comment and share this podcast. Grow our following. We are growing in numbers, y'all.
Yes, we are.
Right? We are growing.
Yes.
Listen, we got big names even watching. We got the bishops watching us now.
We need at least one person to like our page tonight because I think it's on 666 right now.
Oh yeah,
Lord.
I might go like right now.
Hey, I'm about to unlike it just to make sure.
But if y'all haven't noticed, man, we had a old promo vid this week, man, for a very special guest that was on with us. But this time she was a single woman when she was on the show. But now, she got her husband, y'all. She got her husband. And she don't know how to act because she posted something every single day. It's that newlywed.
I'm newlywed. They were both guests before, you know.
Oh,
she was
they were
both guests. Yeah, you know.
Technically, but listen, man, we are so glad and happy, man, to have our sister Jalen on. But also, she has brought along her husband,
AKA that power.
AKA that power. Elder Caleb. We got the cussies on with us, man. Praise the Lord.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Norm, they belong in the middle.
Yeah, put them in. Yeah, put them in. There we go.
Hey, let's give a quick shout out to Elder Caleb. He delivered a powerful word.
Y'all. Thank you.
At the Interstate Conference.
Hey, if y'all listen, y'all need to get this brother to y'all youth services, other service, whatever. This man is preaching everywhere across the country.
I mean, he can do missionary too. I'm sure.
I'm sure he'll do missionary. Listen, he's gonna be sending he gonna be sending a contract out to everybody. Like, this is what I need. Right? This is what I need.
Listen, he has to pay the belt in full, y'all. The belt in full.
The belt is
coming to your church now.
After you get that belt, you shall receive power.
Oh, wow, bro.
Hey,
y'all are
That's
unreal.
an inside joke.
That's an inside. Yeah. Listen, we are so happy. Listen, Sister Jalen, Brother Caleb, man, thank y'all for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Now, like Brother Darrell, Deacon Darrell has said before, technically both of y'all was on the show last time.
Okay, you're
we was asking Jalen questions, and we thought she legit knew what was going on, but apparently, Church Nerd Congregation, I'm looking at y'all right here. He had cards behind the camera giving Jalen all the answers
for me. He helped me with one question. He helped me with one question.
How do we know that?
It was a critical question.
It was a critical question.
I did not know the answer to. Like a good fiance, he came in to my rescue. And
the fact that you had the answer to that one, I was impressed with. I was like, oh man, she knows her stuff.
That was the only one I didn't have an answer to. Every single other question I knew. It was just that one.
Listen, y'all, if y'all go back to that episode, we were all impressed. We was clapping our hands.
Yes.
Everything.
As y'all should. Me and my man knows.
Then come to find out a few months later.
Here you go.
She didn't know her fiance, now husband, gave all the answers to her.
Loose lips over here just told on me. Told on me.
Wait, I was supposed to say, how did we find that out? I don't remember.
It was Caleb told one of y'all. I think it was either Norm or it was Jay. It was one of y'all he told.
I think it was Norm, because Norm told me. I was like, she did what?
And it was Norm that, he told Norm.
Hey,
he told Norm at the convention.
Well, you know, when you're the most honest. You're the most honest. You can't tolerate.
He may very well be more honest than me, so I don't know what that says.
Lord.
I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, I'm so honest. I mean, they should have like cafe honesty. I'm gonna talk about everybody comes about everything. One day revival.
One day revival. Bring all your honesty to the altar and leave them there.
So we walking away unhonest now? Like, what is this? Like,
you can't leave it there. You gotta keep that honesty with you.
Hey, bro, listen. When we had Jalen on last time, we asked her, what was she into, what nerdy? Because we're gonna ask any guest, what's some nerdy that you into? So, Elder Caleb, man, what is something that you are into that makes you a church nerd? Obviously, we know that you know about Superman, so we're going to exclude Superman out of this. All right, but what's something else that you're into? Movies, anime, what's going on?
I have always been an anime fan. Dragon Ball Z.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dragon Ball, that's my number one.
You said Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, all of it. Goku, to me, is the best character of all time, in my opinion.
So did you like GT?
Goku and Jesus.
Did you like GT?
Goku and Jesus.
Hey, they both came to save the world. So
the writers knew what they was doing.
R.I.P. to Akira Toriyama. So he knew what he was doing.
Hey, where does Vegeta fall on your list, Caleb?
Huh?
Where does Vegeta fall on your list?
I give him,
or is he just an A1 D1
hater? I gotta say he's still number 2 because I can't see another character that's better than him, at least from that show. That's better than so. In the comics, they trying to make Vegeta and Goku on the same level. I don't like that. Goku always got to be number 1.
That's dope. I'm also an anime fan, so I'm
all the way from Puerto Rico.
I'm dead, Brandon.
This is true. But he had a change of heart. was a change.
Hey,
don't tell me Goku not saying.
I would just head out. You could just chase the headlines.
Hey,
That was a
hey,
he
Caleb.
fell on his head.
Caleb, something hit his head and it changed his memory. You know?
Paul.
Y'all are.
What was meant for evil?
Huh?
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
My lord.
That's what I'm talking about. That transformation against Frieza wasn't just him just being angry now. We had to show that there's a light and a glow on the inside of you.
Huh?
No, that's dope, man. I'm an anime fan too. You know, Dragon Ball Z. We all said it. Dragon Ball Z is definitely top. I think it's one of the first things that a lot of people first started watching.
Dragon Ball Z is number one. Let's just keep it 100, bro.
It was number one.
His first transformation to Super Saiyan literally was a pivotal moment in my childhood. I remember,
and it took.
I remember the smell of that day. I remember what I was eating. Listen. I had.
It's because of that transformation. All the other anime manga creators had to step up their transformation game.
They all scream because Goku screams.
What? That's what's. Are you into what are you? Obviously, you know you're in anime, so I'm assuming Marvel, DC. You know, do you got a favorite
I love
preference?
Both.
Be careful
I've
with
always been DC.
Yeah, because Brandon show gonna comment on which whatever answer that you say. Just letting you know that now.
I've always been a DC guy. I love both of them. I've watched every Marvel movie there is, but I've always been partial to DC, Batman, Superman. So
Jesus,
they number 1 and 2.
Norm, just be prepared for Brandon.
I'm gonna say Brandon about to say
Brandon,
something.
but he about to say something.
Oh yeah, he about to comment.
I'm just saying,
there's nothing wrong with DC.
To be fair,
is pretty good. I mean,
to be fair, DC is their movies and their stories are getting better, while Marvel has kind of been on this like plateau, and they're struggling right now.
Pastor Sid's in the house.
There you go.
Hey, if y'all know Pastor Sid, he's got a Superman jacket. All right, Superman is his guy.
Man, that stand for saved, man. All he do is get the Holy Ghost.
Do you want the Holy Ghost saved?
Do you want the Holy Ghost?
That S don't stand for Superman, it stand for saved.
Stand for super saved.
Wear your Superman jacket.
That's all. Have you recently been watching? I mean, Marvel definitely. These past 4 years have been definitely a struggle for them. I'm excited for the Deadpool Wolverine movie coming in, but their animation. If you haven't, my headline here, X-Men 97. If y'all haven't got on that show,
bro,
I suggest that you do.
Watch the newer version of it.
You ain't watched it?
I watched the original,
of course,
man, but I haven't got a chance to watch the new one yet.
Wait, but Jalen said DC has kind of been on the rise, right? You said that?
Yeah, I feel like their stories, their movies have gotten better.
With what?
Marvel, I feel like they've not been good.
I was scared to ask the same thing, but Jay was just gonna skip over that comment. That's why I
didn't want y'all to get on her like that. That's why I didn't want y'all to.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you to my god brother.
But since
my god brother, because we got Piranha 1, Pastor B, and Piranha 2, Gabriel Jordan. out here trying to take me out. I'm gonna be honest. Let me start with this. I will never forgive Marvel for what they did with MODOK. Because that was we will forever come back.
It was.
Because whatever that mess was that we went and saw at the movies, they need to go ahead and repent. They need to come to one of our churches and repent for that, because that was sinful.
They tried.
So that was bad.
In light of that, when I go back and I look at like the most recent DC movies, like you had Black Adam, you had the second Man. I actually liked it. I did feel like I didn't necessarily say that again.
Didn't they can that movie? Like it's no.
They did. They butchered it, but I felt like it was not that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad, but I think they like stopped. Like it was supposed to be a Black Adam too, but then they just
they did.
That's when Jay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jay. I just want to make sure. I'm old now, so my ears don't work as good.
You are 99. You are 99.
It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. It beats the alternative. Let's be clear about that. Secondly, did you say that Black Adam wasn't all that bad?
I'm gonna say this. It was not all that bad. It wasn't terrible.
I gotta agree. I kind of like Black Adam when it came out.
But Ant-Man.
It's Black Adam, Bible Man.
This man said Bible Man. Now you ain't gonna do DC. You are doing DC really dirty
Black
right
now. Bible Man.
Not Bible Man.
Morbius. There we go.
Hey, come on now.
Black Adam, Bible Man. Morbius.
Hey man, hey, come on, y'all cannot hate.
Marvel is in better shape than DC.
Wait, excuse me, y'all. Y'all don't know what just happened here, okay? Y'all done talked about comics, and now all the way from Puerto Rico.
You're on a mission trip. To my other guy brother, you're on a mission trip. How you got time to join this? You supposed to be saving folks in Puerto Rico.
The mission is over. I fly back home in a couple hours, so the mission is over.
He heard Batman. He was like, "Hey, let me jump on here.
Let me hop on."
Hey, I ain't gonna disrespect Batman. I ain't got the hat, but hey man.
Who did Madam Web?
Exactly. I don't know who you Benjamin.
Madam Web? Is that DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
That don't count. Madam
Web don't count.
That don't count.
No, it don't count.
It was trash, and it was a Marvel movie. And I love Marvel. I love Marvel. And even I would admit
Sony.
that was trash too.
That was Sony.
We gotta think back. What was the last?
Excuse
like,
me.
I'm thinking about DC.
Yeah, you can't forget about Wonder Woman 84.
Good movie they came out with.
1984.
Wonder Woman 84 was about as bad as Madam Web.
It was not.
No, it wasn't. Okay, now Norm, you're really.
Wait, no. This is the same movie where she took over the body of somebody else.
Wonder Woman was trash.
And it
wasn't the best, but it beats out Ant-Man and Madam Web.
No. You said no. My argument was
they on the same tier.
Wonder Woman 84 was worse than Madam Web. That's all I said.
Wonder Woman 84 was garbage.
It was trash, but it wasn't that trash. Like Madam Web,
that was bad.
The dumpster was bad.
And then what was the other one with oh god, what's that dude's name? Oh, he's in that Jared Leto. What was the movie with Jared Leto?
Morbius.
Who was that?
No. Talking about Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
No. It was Morbius.
Yeah, it was Morbius. That was bad too.
And it was a Marvel.
Morbius. Jared Leto.
He played the main character. It's such a bad movie. You don't even remember he played in it.
How bad it was.
But that's not MCU. That's Sony.
Marvel their movies have been doing this. No, and as a whole, DC's movies have been getting better.
But in the past 3 to 4 years, we can say that Marvel has came out with some bangers, though. They came out with Spider-Man, No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy.
That they had. That was the last solid movie they had.
Well, no, Guardians
of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So Guardians of the Galaxy and that.
But out of the last,
Shang-Chi.
Doctor Strange was the start of the fall.
I didn't like it.
Doctor Strange.
What about Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi?
Well, Shang-Chi was before the fall. I mean, after Shang-Chi, after Spider-Man, it's just been getting murky.
We gonna stay right here. Forget the love and money part. We need to stay right here. I am thankful that we are having this discussion. Y'all did not see what they did to MODOK, and y'all trying to give them any
Jay, wait. They gave MODOK the George Lopez thing went from Spy Kids, made him look just like the dude from Spy Kids.
Special.
They did.
Okay,
it was.
I was like, Caleb, is this? We're in the movie theater. I'm like, what is going on with the CGI? I know they got more money than this. I know they got more money. I had to ask, you know, a movie is bad when you in the movie talking about what was the budget on this movie? What was the director on this movie?
Hey, but Jalen, at least we not resorting to making our movies musicals.
Let's
keep it real.
You talking about Joker? Yeah, new Joker.
But the first one was great, so they
was
different.
Was DC? You talking about the Joker?
Yeah,
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing about Joaquin Phoenix, that movie was like the Eternal. It was the Eternals. It was a completely different vibe. It wasn't terrible. It was
not going to compare Joker to the Internals.
Stop it.
No, what I'm saying, I'm not saying this I'm not saying it's on the same level. First of all, pause right there. We're gonna pause right there. That point out. Y'all know I come on the show and I just disrupt things. We're gonna stay right here. So the thing about the Eternals is that it did not, the vibe and the aesthetic of that movie did not fit the rest of the movies that were coming out at that time. It was just a different type of vibe. It had a more of a darker superhero-esque. It was. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying it had a different vibe. When you look at the Joker, it was like a character narrative. Like it was a character narrative. It was mainly focused on the origin story. The character of this guy, it was a different type of vibe. It really, to me, didn't feel like a superhero movie whatsoever.
The Joker was great. I was referring to this new the sequel that's coming out with him and Lady Gaga.
I mean, they could do it.
They said it's going to be a musical instead of an actual movie.
I'm gonna have to see it because I didn't hear about that. I didn't know they were changing it into a musical. I didn't know what's happening. Now that I can't give opinions on that because I didn't know they were doing that.
I like musicals, so
no, Joker and Batman.
I don't want no comic book musical.
I will say, I found out the color. Some folks don't hate me, but when I found out The Color Purple was a musical and they were coming out with another, I said, I don't need to see another version of this. I'm not feeling it.
Wow.
You didn't like The Color Purple? I didn't even go see it.
Wow, really?
I didn't go see it. I haven't even watched it. They can come for me because I'm not.
Wait. All black women led.
And then I'm gonna be real. It's gonna get real controversial. I'm okay that it didn't get no Oscars, but that's just enough.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm with you. I haven't seen.
Hey, I'm not. I haven't seen either.
I'm gonna be honest. A movie still has to be good to get an Oscar.
Well, the critics said it was really good.
And the story, and Caleb knows this.
It was critically acclaimed.
It was critically acclaimed.
I follow all the
critically acclaimed. Does still not equal you get an Oscar. Like
not every movie get an Oscar.
Exactly, and that movie didn't get an Oscar.
Well, I didn't watch it at all. So.
And I'm still very much pro-black and very much want black representation in movies. But I want them to have good quality films to be in, and not just a remake of another film that we've already had, and we're gonna put music on top of it.
I'm screaming.
Wow.
Like the people gonna be mad.
I have nothing to say.
It's a phenomenal. I get it. The book was phenomenal. It was noteworthy when it came out. It was noteworthy when Oprah and Spielberg got together and said they're gonna do another movie. But let's move on to something else. We are beyond 80s Oprah in this film. Let's do something else. Give black folks.
Okay, wait, no, excuse me. I got to jump here real quick because you're talking about let's do something else. And I can appreciate that. I honestly can. Sometimes you can't go home again. Sometimes you got to just do something else. Unfortunately, it would seem the makers of Good Times took your advice and made a terrible.
And that was terrible. And honestly, I think it's a little offensive. So I don't mean that type of remake.
So I mean, you got to be careful with the can't go home again because they went way left. It's like stereotype.
I still couldn't believe.
I don't know why they did that.
I still couldn't. Steph Curry was a executive producer on there too.
We know he ain't black, so it don't matter.
Wow.
Sir, now we're gonna get in trouble.
This Drake treatment is crazy.
Y'all, this is gonna be numbers when people get to this part. Y'all all about to be canceled.
What? No. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe Steph Curry is black. I don't think he's black personally. That's just
he's half it. Is that? Oh my God, Norm. Hey, that's why he's the most honest.
I have career goals, so we're gonna go ahead and move on because this can't go on my LinkedIn account.
I'm filling in for Dre. That's all that is. I'm filling in.
You're not gonna get me canceled 25 years from now. I'm just saying. Y'all not about to get me. You know, people love to pull old stuff up that
archives.
I don't remember.
You're right.
No,
hey, Jay, you see what they did to Jonathan Majors?
Don't he? Okay, so
he's not.
I'm just playing.
Dave,
you're gonna get her started
tonight with the black population. He was not trying to buy Viacom. He did that to himself.
I'm just playing. I'm
respectfully.
He was not buying Viacom. He didn't have the money to buy BET. Sir just went off. He just went off the rails. There is no conspiracy here. And then decided he was gonna go off the rails while dating a white woman, talking about you need to be more like Michelle Obama. Get out of my face. When he told that girl that she needs to be more like Coretta and Michelle, I said, "Sir, you are unhinged."
Oh, he definitely was.
How do you get a blonde hair, blue-eyed, pale-faced woman and say you need to be more like Coretta and Michelle Obama? She should have looked at you and said, "How?" How?
We know Jonathan Major's not black anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You don't stop.
He just answered black cards and everything.
That man fought aliens for us, Norman. Leave him alone.
Anyway, but listen, we bring you
greetings today.
We bring you greetings since like we said, since our brother Dre not here, Norm got to take the helm as black sheep.
The troll of the episode.
The troll of the episode. Okay.
Okay. I apologize. Jonathan Majors is indeed black. We realize this. He is.
But we got the Kirstys on.
Mistakes. And
we know Dr. Umar would say.
Oh, here we go.
We do know
Don't bring him up, please. Don't get started with that. But we got the Kirstys on, man. We talking about love and money. Lord. Entrepreneurship. And a continuation of being married. Jalen, since what's it like? We haven't brought our wives on yet, but since you married to a church nerd, we got to know what's it like being married to a church nerd. Tell us.
I'll say it like this. It's great. If you're already nerdy, then it just works out well when you marry another nerdy person.
I want to hear Caleb.
I have any warning that y'all was gonna clown like this. He is like y'all. The way he is working so hard not to be weak right now, y'all are hilarious. So no, it's great. Like we love the same type of stuff. Like he put me into WWE again. I hadn't watched that since I was like a kid, so it was like watching that over 2 days was really dope. Talking about different movies and DC and Marvel, and like he's more of a comic person. I'm more of the movies. So it's like cool to just kind of talk those through and like see which direction they're gonna take. Are they gonna go more in line with the comics? Are they gonna go more in line with the movies? I started to kind of get into comics, and so it's really dope. Like I love it. It's like we can be multifaceted people. Like neither of us, we both agree. When we get out of church, that's where church ends. Like when we leave church, we still gonna be saved, but we not about to. It's not Hikoboshan and
I'm not Hikoboshan.
This and he's calling me evangelist. This like we leave church, we go home, and we chilling, we vibing, and so it's like nice to be able to have that balance. Like
has he put you on any new stuff that you never would have tried, like anime? Most wives don't understand anime when the husband's watching. So
haven't got that.
We haven't gotten her yet. Okay. Hey, Caleb. My wife was the same way. I got her started. She started watching Naruto. She loves it so far. So it's the first one on it.
Yeah, WWE is the newest thing though. We haven't got to.
So did you enjoy WrestleMania?
Oh, I did. Like, so this is the thing. The first night we watched it with our cousins. So we came over their house and we had this whole thing. And y'all, I got pictures and everything. They had a belt.
They was doing the
one.
You was acknowledging.
He's coming into church now. You're gonna be like, acknowledge him. Like
instead of praise the Lord.
Acknowledge me.
Hey, Caleb, I will pay you cash money. The next time you come to Cam,
at next assignment,
you get up to the pulpit and just put the one up.
I'd be like, hey, acknowledge me. Hey, that's a sermon. That's a sermon right there. That can preach.
That'll preach. Acknowledge me. That'll preach. But that's good, man. I love that, Jay. I'm sure most of our wives will all agree. We probably put them on something. My wife has definitely put me on different shows and stuff that I didn't even watch. And we binge watch a lot of stuff together. Even some old shows. So that's amazing how couples, can come together. Big differences, but meet in the middle. My
wife wouldn't agree with that because she thinks that she's the queen of the 90s, and nobody knows anything more than she does, and it relates to anime and all of these shows. You know
You
everything.
never know more than her, Brian. Just admit it and go and move on with your life.
I won't. You won't find me doing that, but thank you.
Just contention in the Evan household. Contention.
Caleb, did you have a favorite? What's your favorite '90s cartoon? We had a '90s episode the other day, and we talked about best Martin Rushmore top 5 '90s cartoons.
Anime or
No, we put everything in there. So you know you can get if you can do a number one.
Now,
Or
first, I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Z, but outside of that, I gotta say I was watching the one that come to mind. I was watching and I think this is '90s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was watching a lot of Rocket Power.
Oh yeah, it's
Rocket
90s.
Power.
Rocket Power.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, Jalen, you don't know that was my mom's favorite cartoon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mom.
I used to love Rocket Power as a kid.
Oh yeah, Rocket
Rocket
Power,
Power.
and then
Yeah,
Bishop loved Gargoyles.
The Cowardly Dog.
No, wait, yeah, that one was
Bishop, your dad loving gargoyles
What?
is hilarious to me.
The Bishop loved. He was just elder at the time, but
I'm surprised. I need to see video proof of Uncle Jerry watching that.
He's the one that put us on comic books and Star Wars and all that. He was the nerd.
Receipts.
The receipts. Hey, listen. Whenever we get Bishop Baldwin on as a guest, we gonna listen. Y'all gonna see. All right, he gonna tell all the stuff. Yeah, he watched Gargoyles. He loved Game of Thrones. He loves a good story. He loves books. So if it has a good story behind it, he's all in.
Now I love Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones disappointed me at the end, but it was great.
Yeah, we don't discuss the ending part.
For
the
sure.
first 3 episodes was good, but after
everything after the battle and after it just
them trying that reboot too was like no.
I haven't watched any of it. Was it the House of Dragon or something?
Dragon? Yeah, I have. I'm on season 1. I haven't. I got to still binge it, and then season 2 getting ready to drop later on.
It was me.
Oh, Sister Delphine, Auntie, what's up? Listen, we get a lot of support, but we want to talk about some entrepreneurship. Caleb, we heard that you have some stuff that you know you're a CEO of. So can you expound on that? What's some of the things that you do? To the Church Nerd congregation. He's our special guest preacher tonight. If y'all haven't known, we'll get his cash app up soon. We have an honorarium to give him. So go ahead.
And it better be enough to cover the belt. And it better be
He sells bootleg profit water.
not Peter Popoff. Peter
Norman,
Popoff.
don't do it. Don't do this.
That's free.
That's free. Go ahead. What's some of the things that you're
outside of ministry and of course my work? I am an artist in graphic design, but also I aspire to do my own comics. So I have a company called Omni Design and Illustrations, and the website is myomnidesign.com. And I'm just doing different designs, logos, flyers, anything that you need your business or your church. So I'm really building that up. And I also have aspirations to build up my comic book company, because that's been a dream of mine since I was a kid. Creating characters, children's books, all of that. So, and I believe the kingdom needs it too. So that's really been the next phase.
You got a name for your comic books?
The company is Omni Comics, so
Omni
it's kind of building a brand with the Omni design and things like that. So that's my current phase in life where I am right now.
Do you have that Action Bible comic?
Darrell
Darrell,
me about it. My sisters actually told me about it.
Darrell, you got it right behind you. Show him. My dad, Bishop is the one that put Darrell in
I
the
love
mall.
this Bible.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
really? I've seen that. I haven't.
It's by the same creators of DC and Marvel. They put all the Bible stories in there and put it in.
If you look on the 5th page, you'll see Brandon Travis in there as Bible man. Fighting demons and warlocks.
Oh my gosh, just
You know, Gabe, since I've been on this missions trip, I'm gonna be nice tonight, and I'm not gonna say anything.
I can't revert back.
All I'm gonna say is Gloria adios.
I say Cristo.
But Caleb, that's awesome, man. A quick
Yes,
question: has this always been something you've done even before you linked up with Jalen and you guys started, or?
I've started drawing when I was a kid. So before I became a preacher, before I did anything else, I was always drawing.
You was drawing Dragon Ball Z characters.
Yeah,
like
Dragon Ball Z, Sonic, Mario, all of it.
Oh yeah,
I was doing all of that. And so I've always wanted to be an artist. I originally wanted to be a video game designer. Then I realized how much math at the time you got to know to be a video game designer. And so that was my aspiration. So I grew up, I stuck with it, went to college for art. Wow. And so that's really my main goal is just to get that out there. And
I think that's amazing, bro, because like you said, you know, it feels like the kingdom needs it. That's why, you know, we created this Church Nerds platform, because I feel like there's not a lot of us, you know, I you know, I came to the conclusion, like I think a lot of people just think church people just do church and don't do nothing else. Like, no, a lot of us love anime, we love video games, all that. So I wanted to we all wanted to bring something together.
Some of us love blow up dolls, you know.
Father.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Throwback.
We haven't talked about that in a long time.
Hey, catch our recap of 2023 Church Nerds.
Everybody remember, that's the newest president of the Illinois State making these interesting statements.
Oh wow.
Okay, remember that's Illinois State.
I'm just trying to help my brother bring his stuff to the light so he can overcome.
So
he's been on that mission trip, so he's feeling real oily.
Fire from Illinois State.
I'm adding this to my notes, Travis.
not unavailable, curse.
Y'all, I told y'all, 25 years from now, when I'm on my way to being the Librarian of Congress, ain't nobody about to pull up this live stream. Talk about, is this you and your husband?
So back on the topic at hand. So we're talking about money. Elder Caleb, since you've been married, I'm a big believer in whenever we find, especially the right person, I truly believe that our wives have the ability to really take what we have to the next level. How has Jalen been able to do that for you?
They just got married yesterday, Gabe.
Hey man, I mean, you be absent for 20 episodes, and then you come back with all this wonderful stuff.
Listen,
I like that question though.
Look, Elder Travis is talking about some questionable stuff. I'm just trying to put us back on track.
Trying to bring it back.
I want us to make Jalen's LinkedIn account. All right, that's
I will say one thing. First of all, she's recognized that even in our dating, like, man, she would always speak to me like, you got great talent, you got greatness in you. Go ahead and put it out. Because me, you know, I always struggle with I gotta make sure everything is right. Everything is this before I do certain things. But you know, she's kind of helped me push through that. It's like, hey, get it out there, do it. And so one of the things I recognized about her, that she's business minded. She's very smart, articulate. And so even from the beginning, I like, if I, you know, as I'm doing this, she is definitely a person who can help me organize certain things, because there's certain areas that I realize in business that, hey, I can get better in. And she's pointing out things like, hey, you could do this, do that. She's a very resourceful person too. So she knows avenues that I haven't even thought of, certain technologies that I haven't even considered. So just to see that, it's like, okay, God put me with the right person to help me take this business to a whole nother level. And so I'm also an introverted person, so I may not be as outgoing. So she like, Caleb, you know, talk to this person, talk to that. Me, I'm in my brain, I'm like, but
right.
Is like,
yeah,
just go to the website. And so, you know, God definitely put me with someone who definitely can help me take that business to the next level.
That's beautiful. That's heartwarming to hear such a wholesome testimony.
What does that look like after 50 years?
some haters, man.
My Lord.
Right? Did you see the comment?
Don't even bring that.
I'm not bringing it up, but I just, you know,
I'm trying to wait.
high waters. That's all I'm gonna say. I think I'll be safe because we're in the PCA high waters.
Hey Norman, put up the comment. I want to see it.
I'm trying to understand this comment. So what's the beef?
I got a grudge against the podcast.
So Darrell, what's the beef? What's going on?
Matt,
What you do to Matt? What you do to Matt, Darrell?
I haven't done nothing to Matt. Hey, I don't control the guests out here.
Oh no, I think Matthew wants to come on the show.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
Oh, Matt, we can make that happen.
I would love to have Matthew on the show.
I keep telling him we're gonna make it happen.
Take some pictures or something.
Okay, wait. Okay, what is going on now? What's happening in this comment line?
I don't have AI to help me. I don't have AI to help me tonight. I'm sorry.
Got my name wrong.
Hey, Matthew has just taken over this show. What is that?
I mean, because I was about to make a wonderful comment about love, and all of a sudden we got beef in the comment line. You've been asking for us to be on the show, Darrell. What's going on?
Hey, yeah. I told y'all, but hey, we just had a guest. We just started back with the guests. We just started back.
Okay, so we'll get Matthew on here, and what's his specialty, Darrell? What's he talking about?
Oh, he a nerd for real when it comes to the anime.
Okay, all right,
nice.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that.
Okay, but
now
my question was going to be before Matt just beat Darrell up for some crazy reason. So I guess I'm always interested in the history of things, and when I see,
Saints always want to be nosy.
Okay, first
I
of all,
don't need to know.
How'd y'all meet?
No. So you gotta ask the question the right way.
Don't be in this, Norm.
No, you gotta ask it the right way. It's not.
How about you write about your business?
Wait, hold on, ma'am.
How did you meet your wife?
Okay, you know what? You tell your story, and I would definitely tell mine because I have no problem telling that. Let's be clear. Now the question is.
Let's keep in mind Norman just got saved a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
How they met, maybe.
Up until then, he was just straight out on the streets. He was in the streets, y'all.
Well, me and my brown paper bag.
Salvation is insane. Came straight off crack.
Oh, sorry, Dre wants to make sure everybody know he's here too. He's paying for. So no. I always find it interesting when you see interdenominational people get together. So I always find it interesting to see PHW and PCA5.
Like we two gang members from two separate.
We Romeo and Juliet, right? We Romeo and Juliet. Like.
I was finding it interesting. It's like got PAW, PCA5, they done found each other.
Who's Montague and who's Capulet? Huh?
It's like how did that happen?
First of all, it's very much giving Bloods and Crips. So I don't know.
The Hatfields and the McCoys. That's
Does it count as interdenominational?
It does because
that's interorganizational.
Yeah, it's still the same.
Yeah, we still
denomination.
I'm sorry. Interorganizational. And Jackie wants to get Jackie in the comment line. Want to come?
My god sister's comment.
Whatever. You know what? I will put it up because that's all she does. Be in the comment line anyway.
Interorganization.
We were speaking with apostolic now.
Norman, I got you, bro. I got you.
It's okay.
I got you.
It's okay.
So as a Trinitarian and a oneness believer, how do you guys find a common back?
We will not be returning to y'all get y'all stuff together. Y'all not about to mess up now. Let it be clear to the audience and to the people in the comments. We are all of the same denomination.
I am done with Gabe.
That's why it's good to have friends and brothers that can back you up. I appreciate it.
Jalen, I'm sorry. I know you texted me and said y'all was tired beforehand, but listen, I couldn't promise nothing.
Can we get back to talking about the money part?
Let's get back to the. So, Caleb, have you been? Has the ball been rolling on on your comics and everything? Have you been getting?
The ball has really been rolling on design. I've been giving a lot of clients with as far as the design part. I'm still planning and writing and creating the characters on the comic part. So the company is created, but I haven't pushed out the product, and that's kind of like the next stage. Right now, I'm really building the design part, helping other people with certain projects. And so
he does good work too for all those who are interested.
Thank you.
He's done a lot. For,
I was about to say, we would love to see your designs, man. We would love to see your designs.
Thank you. I have to shoot you some pictures.
Would have sent y'all some.
Okay, so I know he's done something. How do people reach y'all? How do people reach your business? How do they reach it?
My company online is www.myomnidesign.com.
Okay. I don't remember any of that. So someone write if someone
go ahead and pin that down. I put it in the comments, so go ahead and pin it.
Oh, you'll put.
Now, I believe
that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about.
Awesome. Now I believe Jalen, you do some graphic design as well. Do you guys like ever merge together on your ventures, or
he's teaching me? Well, I don't really consider myself Batman went to go save civilians in Puerto Rico. I hope so. I really do. I don't need another one of y'all out here cutting up bad. No, so he's definitely helped me get a little bit better with my graphic design, and so he's actually going to teach me how to use what is it called, Photoshop. And like the Adobe suite, because I had it but I just didn't really know how to work it, and so
she was using Canva. She coded with Canva.
Even though I'm really it's very much remedial. I can get better. But one thing about my husband, he's really supportive of me.
Hey, Canva has its place. It has its place.
If you need a good template, it's solid for you. If somebody doesn't have a graphic design, like the way I got into graphic design was because my church needed it. My parents didn't have, when they were first initially building up a church, they didn't have the resources to just go out and consistently pay people to make graphic design. And now graphic design, the services have gone up like insanely. And so, everybody doesn't have, a lot of small churches don't always have the research. That's what a real PK is do there.
No.
And that's why Jackie, that's why you was in my wedding party. And that's
you know what? See, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna leave this comment up because I need to address this. So, here we go. Finish your statement. I'm gonna address this comment when you get done. God bless you.
So yeah, that's really how I got into it. Was that just trying to be a blessing to my parents, be a blessing to our church. And so I started doing graphic design, but I didn't go to school like Caleb did. I didn't really have the same type of eye that he had. So with Caleb, it's really nice because I can have him look at graphic design work that I'm doing and say, like, does this look good, babe? Is this like, how would you do it? Show me, your skills. How would you design it? What vision or artistic vision comes to mind when you're working on stuff. So that's really been nice. And so he's definitely been helping me to kind of level up in that area.
We're trying to get this money.
Absolutely, that too.
That's all right.
That's money.
Now that was very beautiful. What you just did.
Now, okay, so go ahead and be messy and be petty.
No, I'm not going to be messy. Okay, we're going to be straight up honest. Ma'am,
he is honest PK.
I'm the most honest PK. So let's be clear. People that know Norman, know how I get down. Okay. In one Sunday, not only did I run the audio, I also directed the choir, and I also ran the video all in one day.
Talk to him, Norm.
Okay? Let's be clear about what I get to do. Okay. So let's be
you said you multifaceted. You multifaceted.
Hey, before we say that's what real PKs do, I've been doing that before I was a PK.
Hey,
such a Renaissance man.
You just needed the official. You just needed the official PK stamp.
That's right. All my life I serve the Lord.
Norm,
I serve him in my sleep.
Don't come for me, Jackie. Norm said, "Don't come."
Norm, what you really need to do is change your name from the most honest PK to the original Renaissance man, because that's really
all right. Y'all get up off my board.
Here come Dave. Here come Dave being his defense.
Hey, no, it's okay. It's okay because we're gonna look back and we're gonna see 25 years from now, we're gonna pull this footage. I'm gonna be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Congress,
I'm gonna be the main one sending it to him. I think you need to see this.
I think you need to see this. The next when they finally call her up to do the first word at the national convention, that's what's gonna play behind her.
I'm like, sir, I just want to keep my card. I just want to keep my card.
Right, the name gonna be spelled wrong and all kind of stuff. It's just
I'm gonna say they done deep fake your face.
That's right.
It's not even me.
right. The mic's
It's
gonna
Evangelist
stop.
Jalen
Right.
Kersey, and she hates Jesus. I got people in California defending me. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, there you go.
How's my cousin out here defending you, man?
Hey, what can I say? When you
Hey,
got the
Norm.
bona fides, you make them happen.
Hey Norm, tell them how you used to run sound for Bishop Little.
Wait, what?
Oh, can I ask a real question?
Thank you.
I got a question too. When he
Jay
gets
was on my side, but he's been gone for like 8 weeks. So you
I know,
You didn't know it was coming back around. Pastor B, go ahead, man. What's your question?
So when you think about Caleb, do you work? I think I heard you mention you also work in corporate America as well. So
Yeah.
when you just think about your entrepreneurial, visions and like the things that you're sort of doing in this, entrepreneurship state versus the demand that corporate America can often have on a person, how do you balance the need for your corporate America job and your entrepreneurship, role? How do you, work through the logistics of satisfying what needs to be done on the 9 to 5 and still building the business?
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely even working out right now because I have a 9 to 5, also growing a business, but I'm also preaching a lot too, which is a whole thing in itself. And so I'm learning how to, first of all, manage my energy. Like, hey, I need to be able to do all of this.
You can have that power.
Yes. And so it's like I'm learning what do I need to do if I need to create a schedule for myself to be able to get things to people on time as far as my business, because at the end of the day, that's the main thing I want to do, but also make sure I have enough energy and the just attention to do my normal 9 to 5 job. So I'm still learning. I haven't figured out every part of it, but right now I'm taking the days and the weeks as they come. So yeah, so that's a good question. That's something I'm still figuring out how to do.
Do you have any mentors?
I do.
So your godfather.
Yeah, my godfather. He's my pastor, and he's also been a businessman as well. He was a huge manager of one of our great bus systems in our city. Is at the top. So before he became full-time ministry, he was running organizations. So he talks to me about a lot of things too. I do want to find other mentors because there's certain things I want to do that I do not know, or certain avenues I want to go, certain types of things I want to do that I feel like, okay, I need to step it up.
Have you been to any like Comic-Cons and talked to other comic book artists that you may have followed through the years?
When I was 18, I went to a Comic-Con in New York. And
you went to New York, okay.
Yeah. And that's something I need to do more is branch out and like really go to these conferences to take my mind, to network really. And that's
right.
The next area that I'm working in, networking.
Right.
And sometimes it don't matter how much you know. Sometimes it's the people that
right.
you know, the people that have the doors are already open for them, so they can help you get in some of these doors. So you don't have to work as hard. So
hey, look, we all trying to go to a Comic-Con this year, man.
Let me know.
If you trying to roll, we trying to go. That's all. I haven't been to a Comic-Con. That's one of my biggest trips that I definitely want to go on is a Comic-Con. I think it'll be a lot of fun. My wife was like, she's like, you going to cosplay? I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just go for fun. Okay.
You're like, I'm still black.
Yeah.
Detroit Comic-Con.
Some of these guys,
they
do it.
I feel like
I
you
love
can.
how Jalen just think black people just all come in the same shapes and sizes.
I know.
We're gonna put this up. We can't wait for your confirmation.
Now, I got a question for you. So I know you do like designing flyers and things like that. A lot of the graphic design stuff. So in entrepreneurship, you have to look at potential when it comes to technology. How it can help you, and even potentially how it could change how things are done and things like that. So in this age of like the ever changing and advancing of AI, a lot of these tools are getting a lot more advanced. you know, you can almost now type in a few words and get a flyer spit out for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so how do you sort of use that, as well as, or even how do you think that affects, you know, the business that you're in the graphic design and things like that?
I think, especially with the existence of like things like Fiverr and other things like that, and Canva, even though Canva is basic, but it does give the people the ability to do certain things themselves versus paying so much for somebody else. But I think AI can only do so much. Like even Photoshop has the AI generator, but you still have to have the skill to be able to even use that stuff, because just typing some in AI, it'll just pop up a certain object, but it won't create fully everything that you need. So AI has not gotten to the point where you still don't need a person with skill. And so my part is just make sure I'm the best graphic designer I can be. I can sharpen my skills to where you will have to come to me. Or if you want the best graphics, if you want somebody who's going to be affordable for you and give you $200 flyer, but you ain't paying $200, but you have somebody with great quality, you still have to go to someone else, because right now there is no technology out there yet that excludes skill. There's nothing out there that just takes away the ability for a skilled person to still design and create. Even Toy Story, I mean, Pixar, all these different stuff, they're still hiring people. They're still hiring people to draw, to paint, to design, to do these things. Robots and AI haven't taken over all of that yet. So,
you know, I think that's a good point. You know, I think this whole AI conversation just keeps popping up everywhere we go, and I think a lot of people are starting to have this kind of unwarranted fear of AI, as if there's a way to, you know, completely exclude the human interaction, the human the need for. I mean, even AI itself, you know, even if AI starts doing the quote unquote grunt work, you know, you're still going to need a human to configure AI. I think the dangerous part is we've started allowing AI to, you know, think for us, and people think that AI can think for human beings. And that's not what it's designed to do. It's designed to be a resource, a tool, or you could be like those dummies that were lawyers that thought that they should have AI write a brief for them. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's how you utilize the tool that makes it most effective.
So here's an interesting point. I think our good Aunt Delphine raised as far as the base fee for that. As an entrepreneur, how do you charge church folk for stuff?
Just full like price.
Charge secular folk.
That's
right. Exactly. I mean, hear me. I was saying, because it's easy to say, "Well, I just charge them regular price." Yep. I mean,
because church folks, they believe in getting that Jesus paid it all deal. I'm telling you,
that Jesus paid it all deal is crazy.
So I guess, I mean, Caleb and maybe Jelly as well. How do you handle the question of doing jobs for church folk who, you know, like, I knew you since when, and we all good, and you know, what's up?
And first, can you give your base fee too? The answer.
For flyers, I started $75 for a flyer, but that's just for flyers. Everything else is based off the needs of the person, so we can talk about that.
And that is probably more of like the church fee, I think.
I mean, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
I can come with my answer, but
that goes back to Norman's question. Norman,
right? I mean, because I'll say this, because I do, you know, stuff on the side XYZ, and it's always not always. There are times when it's like, I know how much I would charge man on the street, but I also know if I charge man on the street prices to this church with only 15 people in it, then that might be a problem. So again, that's why I always ask people who do those type of jobs.
Why is it a problem?
I think it varies. I think I'll use, for example, because I know what Norman's saying, and I'll talk about this. So I did, and thankfully I think I can keep it like anonymous. So I assisted.
Hey, Jalen, we say names on this podcast.
I ain't never been that dumb. I may have had some dumb moments in life, but I ain't never been that dumb.
And hear what he said. We say names. You ain't got to do
say
that.
Names. So y'all keep saying names. I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Protect yourself.
So one of the things that I did, I was maybe a couple of years ago, and I started playing around with video editing. And one of the things that I did, and this is somebody that like, no, they're not even connected to an organization or anything. So I'm not talking about anything that y'all would, anyone that y'all would know. But
so say the name there. We don't know.
They know her. A situation where I was asked to do these videos. They had seen some video work that I'd done for my mom, just like a little brief little video intro for her. And they were like, oh, we really love it. Can you do this for all of the people that I'm working with? That had to be, for the video intros, it had to be about 20 video intros for people. I charged them $50 for like 20 videos.
What?
That I did. And this is a dumb moment, but I'm not even joking. I still have to delete photos. I still have to delete photos. But I think it goes back to your confidence in your work. In my mind, I'm thinking like, this is basic. It didn't take me that long to do it, but I also didn't take the thought into the time that it took me to learn how to do it. And the time and skill that it took me just to even put what seemed to me like a basic video together. This person couldn't do that. And she, it was a person that they were trying to get someone else to do. And that person, because they knew probably how much work it would have taken to do the videos, that person wouldn't do it. And I'm like, hey, $50 for this. And I'm thinking, oh, what's the big deal? But when I look back, and I remember talking to my sister about this, and she was like, you have got to be crazy. Like, next time, don't you ever go that low. It doesn't matter if they're a church person. It doesn't matter. Never lowball yourself like that ever again.
So did you say it was because you were fairly new?
I felt like I was really new with it. And I felt like what I was providing, like for me, it didn't seem like I was doing anything really like partake. Like I didn't have the skill level to do what some people are doing, but what I created was still of decent quality, where they were able to run this. They were using it on live streams. They were using it on YouTube channels. Like it was pretty much in par with the intro that you guys had. Now, and that's not a bad thing, but in my mind, I'm like, this is trash. This is basic. This is like, but in the reality, that's good quality. And doesn't know how to do, like anybody that doesn't know how to do that should see the value and be like, nah. So I'm thankful in that way that I learned from that situation.
So Norm, throw up this comment. I just lost it. I don't even know who it was now. It's lost in my list.
What was it about?
But the person said, did they refer you to people? Because I think there's 2 points that I think is important. In this
I don't think they did. No, I don't think they did. And there was more to the story. But one thing I learned is that, you should definitely be getting something for the work that you're doing. Because when I say I was putting in hours, it took me a couple of days, maybe probably a full week to create 20 videos.
I'm like,
from people coming up with the idea, figuring out how to brand it, doing all, because it was like, I wasn't even just doing the video editing part of it. I was creating the whole brand to fit the brand that she, this individual had, this woman had. And so one of the things that I look back now, and I'll even, let's talking about love, we got married and we had a lot of people reach out to us. And everybody was not in our budget. Everybody, hey, they're for somebody's budget. Maybe they're for the billionaire's budget, but they're not for our budget. And some of them were, people that have businesses that are in church, and some of them weren't people in church. But it was like one of those things where I had to be honest and say, hey, like, I'm not saying you got to give me the church discount, but I can't use you because I don't have the funds to do that. We don't have the funds like that, because weddings can get really expensive. And it was never about, not respecting their craft. It was always like, hey, this isn't in my budget, this isn't in our budget, we got to respect that and say, hey, you do amazing work, but we just can't do it. So I think it comes down to being honest about what you can financially afford. And some churches and some people in church need to be honest and say, hey, you do really great work, I just can't afford it. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But you got to be honest. Don't get mad at somebody who bringing you Gucci level work and you talking about, but I want it on a Walmart budget. I get that. Like, definitely don't ever disrespect someone's craft like that. Yeah. But also it's okay to say, like, hey, you do great work, but I can't afford it. And if they have an issue with you saying that, now that's their issue. Like, I'm not trying to lowball you, but don't make me try to feel broke because I can't afford however much money you trying to make me pay for something. I can find it. It just may be cheaper and it may not be as elaborate or luxury as you think it could be coming through your business.
So how did you say
the reason I thought that comment was interesting and asked Norm to pin it is because like there is something to be said about work that you do as you're building a business that puts you in a position to be marketed by others because of your work, where that marketing dollar stretches to some sort of discount extended or, price that isn't a market rate for that individual. I'll speak personally, like when I was first building my business and doing the work that I do, I found where a lot of the work I did for not all churches, some churches that were doing it right, the work that I did got me or led me to other contracts that were outside of the church, where I could build market dollar without, thinking I was, breaking the church, right?
Yeah.
So I think when we think about Norm's question, we have to think about it twofold. A, are people actually operating out of integrity when they're dealing with folks' crafts? Because I think that's really the biggest proponent of this conversation, is that sometimes people are just not integrous. And I know that may sound like an oxymoron, but yes, in some churches, there are people who just don't operate out of integrity. And so they know good and well that, that person's rate is what that person's rate is. And then they'll try to drive you down to below livable wage without being honest, as you mentioned, saying, hey, I understand where if I went and asked anybody else to do this, that was not you, I will be paying, 3-4 times what I'm paying right now. I am not a millionaire, but
but you said I received it.
Right?
Get over my life. Hey,
wherever those millions are, Lord, send it. I claim them right now.
On the other side of that, to Brian's point, but on the other side of that, how important do you guys, and this is for both of you guys as a question, how important do you guys believe follow through is when it comes to these businesses and providing these services? Because then on the other side, you have some people who are charging these fees and presenting as if, I don't go lower than this, I don't go lower than that, but their communication stinks.
Yes.
The follow through isn't where it needs to be.
Yes.
How you speak to the importance of that?
I think build a brand is trust. I think when you're building a brand, you're building trust. And if your brand doesn't have a quality of trust, and if the customer cannot trust, hey, this person is gonna get me my product after I paid, then your brand isn't worth anything. But if what people are really paying for the trust, they're paying for this person will get me my product. And the more trust you build, the more people will buy what you're selling. But because people talk too, people comment on social media, when somebody else asks about you, somebody else gonna tell them, no, they ain't that great. But if what you're doing pans out and the customer gets what you promised them, then they will tell people, hey, this person. The greatest marketing in the world is not flyers and not social media. To this day, the greatest marketing is word of mouth. Movies. That's why they pay millions of dollars to market movies, because they want people to talk about it, not just we're paying for this TV spot. The greatest brand is still word of mouth. So if your brand has trust, somebody say, I paid for this and I got it, and it was even better than I thought it was, they are going to tell other people, and that is going to snowball. So that's why it's important to follow through, because when you start letting customers slip through your hands, then that's going to create a bigger problem for you, and your brand won't be as trustworthy as it should be, and you're not going to get to.
I think that's why
doors of the church are open. Who is there one?
Is there one here today?
I know he said he got a little. When he getting serious, his voice gets super preachy.
I think that's why
doing this, and I'm like, you better preach, sir.
I think that's why when you notice, especially in the corporate world, a lot of deals and word of mouth gets done on the golf course, man, because that's literally the golf course is the biggest way to get your brand out there, where business deals are done, because I don't know what it is. It's just the power of the golf. I don't know what it is, but like you said, word of mouth, and a lot of deals and stuff have been done because of word of mouth. Same thing even back in the old day. Yeah, flyers were sent, but when you have people in the neighborhoods talking about like, oh, the church got this revival service going on, or there's a community event going on, it's all word of mouth. You have literal people swarming to these different events.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Even so, like we talking about like Comic-Cons and stuff like that. A lot of times people don't even know Comic-Cons is going on because they don't follow like the websites and so on. But most of the time you finding out from other people, other content creators that you know, that you follow, saying, hey, CinemaCon's coming up, Comic-Con's coming up, blah, 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 blah. Then you find out that's a date. So it just goes all the way back to ancient times till now. Word of mouth is always going to be the best thing. So when you have your own business that you're trying to pursue, you know, Caleb, with your comics and everything, you know, word of mouth is definitely going to keep pushing it out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I encourage you, bro, to just keep on at it. And then the church nerds, we're going to make sure that your comics get promoted.
Thank you.
We know that. You know what I mean? We're going to put it, we got you.
Yeah. I have one more question for you two. Knowing that you guys were talking about everything you guys do a lot. Caleb, you do a lot. Jalen, you do a lot. And I think you're in grad school, right, Jalen?
I'm tired right now. Don't say the words.
I
know you know, bro. I know you know. I'm tired right now.
Pray for them, y'all.
I get it. How do you guys find that balance of work, occupation, ministry, but still making sure that you guys have enough time for you guys' relationship authentically? Like you're not just saying, all right, let's do this, you know, like it's just on the back burner, but you're giving that real personal, intentional time. Like, how do you guys balance that out?
Yeah, I can go first. I think for
me, hey, I love my girl.
Hey, claim your woman, Doc. Claim her.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
One thing I would say is that we are really good at prioritizing one another. Like this is my favorite person to be with on earth. Like my best friend. Like sincerely, my best friend. Like there's outside of God, him, and my mama, it's really only 3 people I need to talk to on a consistent basis, on a daily basis. Like it's them folks. Like I'm really, that's just how I am. I'm very family oriented. I'm very much okay with if it's just us for a day, like I'm cool. And one of the things that we do is we're really good about prioritizing that because we have a beautiful circle and community of loved ones, our friends, our family. And it's great to have that support, but it's so crucial that, you know, when there's birthday parties and bridal showers and baby showers and weddings and people, you know, we have a lot of creative people in our life. So there's always some type of event going on. There's always some type of, you know, there might be a music release concert. There might be someone's doing a comic thing that they're coming up with. So it's like there's always something to do, but saying like, you know, you cool with not going? I'm cool with not going. And like just and just like we
do that a lot.
Like, you know, it's like you cool with being home. I'm cool with being at home. Just vibe. Right. Like, let's go out, but it's just gonna be us two. We ain't telling nobody. We just gonna vibe with us, and it's really nice when you know you sincerely don't mind being with that person. Like just being able to hang with them is just enough that you need. So you know, that's how I feel. It's just, you know, that's my dude.
Caleb,
So sweet.
Caleb,
So nice.
you're turning
Right.
red mightily.
I am.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Hey, did you say mightily turning red?
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I will say
For this conversation.
one of the things that someone told me, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they was like, you know, a wife want to know like where she fits in to your plans.
Who got this?
No, man.
Well, she sure got the music.
I love the talk music. Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, I felt it felt the mood, man. It was so beautiful. I think we got a smooth jazz thing on out, man.
But they were like, wife want to know where she fits in to your plan, to your world. And so I kind of took that, not just when we just building our own personal relationship out of a business, out of a church, but it's like I try to figure out where can I include her in everything I do, whether it's in ministry. She was on the road with me when I preached in Indiana, and we like road buddies. In graphic business, I try to think like, hey, where can I, where can we both coexist in this same area? Sometimes we gonna have our own thing. Jayden gonna have her thing. I'm gonna have my thing. But where can she fit in whatever I'm doing, so that even when we're doing business, even when we have to be on the road, we still feel like we're connected and apart. Yeah. And so that's really something I really pay attention to, because to me, when I got married, I take it to heart. Like, hey, it's God and then her. I wanted to be just single. I could have stayed single. I could have rocked single, became a millionaire, whatever I wanted to do. But it's like I made that decision to say she's gonna be part of my life. She's gonna be, part of things I do. So
why is this man somebody that's not on the show?
Question. Does she let you play Call of Duty?
Commenting all the time. Just to play all the video games.
I'm trying to get on video games.
See, that is he's trying to give me. I don't have
one step at a time, brother.
I turn into like a petulant child if I don't get it figured out real quick.
Yeah, and so we just figuring out how to include each other in a lot of things we do. And so I think she wants.
And I was gonna say one thing I appreciate about Caleb was that.
Cue the music, Nora.
I'm not. I had never dated a preacher.
Cue the music, Nora.
I never dated another preacher, and in fact, I used okay.
Come on, keep it going. It was fitting so well.
Keep it going.
It was fitting so well, right?
You are so irksome. Your spirit is so irksome.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go with it.
I had never dated a preacher. And so there's that feeling of like you date. I mean, not you bouncing.
Oh, good.
Serious. I be on this show, y'all are never seen. I need y'all to pay me the same respect y'all paid Bishop Farrell when he came on. Give me the deep and profound moment. Give me the deep and profound moment.
Go ahead, guys.
Hey, over here, come up.
Doing the T-Pain. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I never dated another preacher before, and there's always this connotation that sometimes there's too much personality, or there's too much that is required of preachers, so preachers shouldn't marry one another. And I didn't necessarily have that thinking because I watched my parents coexist. But I did kind of wonder, how would it be prioritized? Because you got to marry the right type of person who can be like have balance. Like balance is really crucial. Like it can't always be the church first. It can't always be ministry first. It can't always be everything but your relationship, So one of the things that I loved about Caleb was that when we first really got serious, he made it clear to me that I was never going to have to be in competition with ministry, with church, with the people. He was like, let me make it clear now. Like it's gonna be God and it's gonna be you. Like I'm not about to make there a competition or anything like that. I don't Jerome never want to do right. He's not right. He's not right.
Hey, so since you guys both are preachers, do you guys ever help each other out with sermons?
Oh, we be out here fighting for our lives and we be having deep combos. He be like, no, I'm a preacher. I'm like, no, I'm a preacher. The idea came from my mind. He be like, but I came up with the title.
Hey, what's funny is
churchy nerd part of us in that.
No, what's funny is my parents did the same thing. My dad would say something, and mom would be like, "Ooh, let me write that down." Dad was like, "You can't take that." She was like, "There's no copyright on the word."
Preacher before I do.
Like,
oh yeah,
really.
And Jalen, like you said, you ain't never dated. What's funny is my mom said she never wanted to date a preacher. You know, dad didn't tell her when she came to visit, and she heard his first sermon. But then I was like, Mom, how you didn't want to date one? Did you end up becoming one? You know,
but I think that's too late for me. I was already a preacher, so I was like, I'm gonna roll the dice. Somebody gonna want me. Somebody take me.
I think that's wonderful, man. Listen, we thank y'all for having on. I just got some quick questions for y'all, and then Norm's going to end on the video. You know, we always end on a video. Okay,
what video you got?
Well, we don't know. we haven't seen it. But listen, hey, I got some quick hitters for y'all, and both of y'all can answer if I want to. Favorite Marvel character?
Spider-Man.
Iron Man.
Oh, yes.
You see, hey, Caleb, you see the jersey?
Yes, sir. I like it.
I'm surprised Brian didn't shout because Spider-Man's his favorite.
You hear that, Andre? I put it in my spirit. I'm tired. Long sermon.
He did preach a full sermon today. He did. Today.
All right, favorite DC villain?
Joker.
Ooh.
Team-wise, Bane.
Okay, Jalen, you got favorite DC villain or?
I think it would have to be the Joker. Was the Dark Knight DC? Yeah. So Heath Ledger's Joker.
Ooh. What about you know who I think people sleep on? A villain I think people sleep on is Penguin.
Oh, he was solid. As a kid, I loved the Penguin.
He was good.
He was solid in the Batman that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
y'all see the Penguin?
Yes,
the Penguin.
Yeah. He is one of his bigger villains now. He is one of his main big villains. I'll give him that. So Penguin
I
is.
thought you were gonna say like the Scarecrow or something, man.
I did think he was gonna say the Scarecrow. That's actually who I had in my mind.
I'm like,
well, Brandon disappeared. We mentioned Batman. He come right back.
He said, "What's the Dark Knight?"
I just wanted to make sure it was a decent film and that it wasn't just an
I know that was hilarious. Was the Dark Knight?
I just had to make sure it was DC. I just had to make sure it was DC.
Wait,
all right. Cam, I heard that you're a singer too. So, favorite gospel artist?
Singer?
Dietrich Haddon.
Dietrich.
Yes.
Wow, that's
I didn't see that one coming. Wow.
Yes, sir. I've been
trying to figure it out for the longest. I've been trying to figure it out.
I just love his music. I just love it.
He loves
you a singer too.
Has some bangers though, so y'all don't.
Yeah, he does.
Dietrich is low key a goat in gospel. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He had gospel in the chokehold.
Putting me on
30 years.
That's what you put me on.
Decisions otherwise, but he done made some bangers. Some bangers music.
All right. Since you're I assume you're a video gamer. All right, so the Christian Michael Jackson.
I thought that was Tornado, or what is his name?
No, Tornado is the gospel Prince.
He's gospel Prince.
Okay, yeah,
right, the artist formerly known as.
Literally.
Street Fighter or Tekken?
Street Fighter.
Boo.
Hey, boo. Street Fighter is awesome.
Are you kidding? You know,
I'll take Tekken over Street Fighter any day. I love Tekken.
Mario or Sonic?
I used to be Yoshimitsu all the time. I'd sit down on the ground and come back up with the sword, and slash them with the sword, or I'd be Eddie, or when he became Tiger.
Eddie, hey, I used to love Eddie.
Yeah.
Mario or Sonic?
I grew up playing Sonic, but I guess Mario would be like movie wise.
That movie was dope.
Yeah,
Mario.
Oh, it was good. I'm ready for the third Sonic movie though.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen
them. They haven't. We don't know who's playing Shadow. They still haven't released who's playing Shadow.
They released I think they released a trailer.
Gotta have a cool voice.
No, Hayden Christensen is in it, isn't he, Jay?
The trailer is out.
Is it out? I don't know.
But there's no voice. But there's no voice
for Shadow though.
Yeah.
No, I think Hayden Christensen is playing him.
Hayden,
Did somebody say Jonathan Majors was playing?
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. He's a shadow.
That's what I thought Gabe had said at first. I said, Jonathan Majors.
You know I ain't say that. You ain't thought I ain't.
All right.
You gotta be messy.
All right, two more.
I heard it say it. I heard it in my spirit.
Favorite anime to watch right now?
Ooh, that's for you all day.
It's still Dragon Ball Super.
There we go.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Not Jujutsu Kaisen, not Solo Leveling. None of
You've been watching Avatar though. You have been watching the new
yeah,
Avatar.
well, that's the
But
live
You
show.
had it right, Elder Caleb. DBZ.
I was rewatching Rurouni Kenshin though. So
okay, I got you.
What about Pokemon?
What?
I want you to very good. No one ever was.
It is. It is.
it was
anime, so
good.
It was good. It was all right. And Jalen, you can. Z is better than Super.
I agree.
Not Andre talking about Caleb, the great man of God.
Last one, and Jalen, I know you definitely gonna answer this. Favorite Disney movie?
Ooh, soundtrack wise, Tarzan.
Tarzan.
That's underrated. That man, Phil
Tarzan
Collins
don't even match up to
Phil Collins was in his bag when he gave us that Tarzan soundtrack. Everybody wants to talk
Tarzan is
about
decent.
Lion King.
Look,
Lion King was good. The soundtrack was good, but Phil Collins had the Holy Ghost on.
You were not sitting here and saying you taking Tarzan. I'm not saying Tarzan bad, but you
No,
sitting here saying
I'm saying for the soundtrack.
But even
nah,
soundtrack,
I'm talking about
like,
all
you
around
got-
the board.
You got
I'm talking
Mulan, you got
Board,
Hercules, you got
across the board Hercules.
really.
I love Hercules.
We
I
can't
love Greek
say-
mythology. I love anything historical. I love things like that. So for me, like the Greek mythology and the characters and
you
the
put up Brandon's
music,
comment.
the soundtrack does go hard.
It does go hard. I'm not lying. I'm not saying it don't go hard.
That soundtrack alone might make me switch my answer because
I just
Tarzan
can't understand
soundtrack.
how we talking about Disney soundtracks and putting Tarzan and all these other
this is
movies.
what I do. This is what I do. I bring the chaos.
Let me
I
get
flip
this.
it up.
Wait, go ahead, Pastor B. What'd you
How
say?
are we talking about Disney soundtracks and putting Tarzan and all these other movies up there and ain't mentioned Aladdin once?
Oh, that's good, but not as
The
I don't
greatest
know.
Disney soundtrack
I can
Ala-
show you the
ever.
That's the only song. Like it really didn't have a ton of
It's
hits.
the only
Well,
song.
okay, that's the only song now,
Ain't
but
no
I
only
wouldn't.
song.
Right.
You got
But like
like
me,
I wouldn't.
Prince
I
of
wouldn't
Egypt.
Now,
put it
okay,
as the top.
Andre throwing in a curveball because Prince of Egypt
Not this
made
though, but
me
it was
get the
good.
Holy Ghost. The
Yeah.
Prince of Egypt is why I'm a
Hey, me and my wife just watched Prince of Egypt the other night. First of all,
movie.
the same Hans Zimmer did Prince of Egypt and he did Lion King. So that just it says
Now
right
you know.
there.
Now you know what other Disney movie had a soundtrack that'll take you to church.
what?
If you ain't seen it, you gotta go see it.
What?
Oh, you gotta watch it. Moana.
Really?
That sounds like
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, man.
Even Encanto. Encanto soundtrack. is good.
Encanto soundtrack does go hard.
Moana will make
Encanto
you raise your
was
hands and go to
good.
the altar.
But
Moana,
we
I
all
actually listen to Moana,
but
like,
we all know the sleeper though. Okay? A Goofy movie. We still waiting on a Power Line concert.
okay, here you
Come
go.
on.
Yeah, hey.
This is Caleb.
Oh, that's why
Caleb?
I almost busted out singing.
This is how I knew we had an age gap.
When it hit that,
Hey, every once in a while, I gotta play it. Just every once in a while, just listen to
We
it.
watched the movie in real time. I watched it when my mama got the VHS tape
I'm
when it first came out. Caleb would make me all of our first year of dating. Caleb had me. He'd be like, "Play I2I." We'd be in the car. He'd be like, "Play I2I." I love that
Hey.
song. Literally.
That's a jam.
K, don't even lie.
It's-
When the song came on, you did the same thing Power Lines did. I got myself a notion.
Hey, it's on my Spotify playlist right now. Just
Oh,
every once in a
yeah,
while.
yes, it
You
is.
gotta play it.
You gotta play it. Man, we thank y'all for coming on, man. Shout out to the Kurskis, man. Thank y'all for coming on with us. Now, before we get out of here, our resident new PK, Deacon Norm, man.
Thank you, sir.
What we got tonight? What we got?
What is
Well,
the
you know, I've been in church a long time. And every time I go to church, they talk about the super saved folk. Y'all ever heard about these super saved folk?
Yes.
They say, the super saved people, all for y'all saved people.
Mhm.
And I think I finally found one, a super saved person.
Okay.
Here we are with Miss Apostle Jet, everybody. Everybody say zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to give her a little breakfast interview. What would you rate the breakfast here at Ridgequest, Miss Apostle Jet?
Oh, the breakfast, 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 was awesome. Glory to God. And we tell God thank you for the grits and the eggs and cheese. He got me on the spot right here. I'm up in the spirit of the Lord, and I can't come down because we've been high all night.
Give it up for her. I can't even translate any of that. Praise God.
Somebody
We all got one.
Somebody got to check that breakfast.
We all got one.
Take me to the breakfast. Where is the breakfast?
In my mouth, like, why would the Holy Ghost be speaking about breakfast?
I need you to take me to the breakfast. Don't take me to the king. Take me to the breakfast.
All the eggs.
He said, "I can't translate."
I honestly, it was the pause. It was the pause for me. Then she said,
but then
the
she
breakfast,
was
the
looking
breakfast.
up at him speaking too.
He said, I won't be able to translate that one. But
Hey Jay,
what's
Jay,
up?
Those are the tongues Brandon speak in before he puts on his Bible name.
I ain't gonna lie. I heard some of them tongues at some people's churches.
I'm just kidding, Brandon. Don't hurt me.
Look, listen, we thank y'all, man. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Church Nerds pages, man. We thank God for Elder Caleb and Evangelist Jalen Kursky being on.
Make sure y'all hit them up for y'all next flyers or
make sure
your graphic needs.
Absolutely. Make sure we gonna share Omni Comics on the Church Nerds page, man. We gonna get his name out there because we need some Christian content in the comic book world, man. So shout out to him. Listen, we love y'all. We are the Church Nerds. I'm Jay Ball, Pastor BK, Jordan Durrell, Norman Heath, Brandon Travis, Andre is in the comments. And our special guests, Caleb and Jalen Kursky. We are the Church Nerds. We will see you next time. Later.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.